One major thing that every middle schooler goes through is puberty, a time when the body changes and creates a self-awareness of oneself. Due to the mental health issues that can surround puberty, it can be hard for schools to connect with kids in a way that allows them to feel relatable and embrace it as a natural process. It is important that puberty is taught and embraced to promote body positivity for students to understand their changes are normal. The name of my project is called Growth Haven. The initial thought process for this name was to create a safe space and promote the positivity of bodily changes towards students as they mature. The overall aesthetic for my brand is a neutral tone color palette with gender-neutral character designs to depict a calm and welcoming mood towards middle school students to feel less pressured and less embarrassed by the topic of puberty. My first product is an animation that shows the main character going through the process of puberty, where they develop all bumps over their body that they become self-conscious of. Due to the obvious changes, other students pick on them and get upset because of the experience. Another student who is also going through puberty oversees the upset character, approaches them with a flower ribbon to put on top of their bumps to represent the embracement of their changes, where they become more accepting of themselves. At the end of the video, there will be a quote that tells students to embrace their changes as it is natural. The second product will be a worksheet that will be a follow-up of the animation. The worksheet will revolve around the idea of Mad Libs, a game where a storyline is given but only a few important words are left blank to change the storyline's mood. The idea is to create a storyline of a character noticing a difference with themselves, but allowing the storyline to be changed in a way that could be more lighthearted and silly to allow students to work in pairs to creatively change the storyline viewpoint. The third product will be a t-shirt design that will consist of the logo and character design from the animation to be given out to students to wear as a way to represent the embracement and spreading positivity of puberty. It is important to shed light and educate them on the topic of puberty so that it becomes a less awkward spoken topic when they need it the most. The confusion and self-consciousness can lead to mental health issues that impact their life negatively. Allowing an outlet or a way to speak about the topic and educating them will broaden their knowledge and understanding of something so natural and not weird due to society standards.
Have you ever thought about starting a business? Or thought about the challenges that come along with owning a company? With Charlotte being one of the top growing cities in the United States, there are many people trying to start their own business, specifically younger entrepreneurs age range 16 to 30. When roaming around in Charlotte, I've noticed younger people creating businesses at local vintage markets, flea markets, and even food joints. Approximately 20% of small businesses fail within their first year. The failure rate increases to 50% by the fifth year and increases throughout the years. Without guidance or mentorship, many young entrepreneurs fail to start a business because they don't know about the certain challenges that come along the way and how to manage certain situations. When I started researching about what I can design for the youth entrepreneur community, I decided to go interview young people selling clothes at a local vintage market in Queens Park Social. The question, do you think having some type of mentorship or guidance would have helped out? Had everyone saying yes, 100%. And that's where I got the idea for Youth Shop. Youth Shop was created to help young entrepreneurs to maintain and grow their business through mentorship and guidance through an app. The app Youth Shop allows users to buy/sell their products online and promote their local business while getting feedback from sellers and customers about their online business. The app also tracks your profit margin based off sales and gives you daily tasks to complete, helping you maintain a better profit. When designing Youth Shop's brand, I wanted to use a soft, colorful palette to pair with the trendy retro sans serif font that would attract a younger audience. The illustrated business handshake logo was created to show the younger side collaborating with the more business side of the world, coming together in the entrepreneur community. To help promote the app and brand UShop, I designed stickers to remind people everywhere they go that UShop is here to help your business grow. The stickers use the brand's color palette consistently to spread interest of who is UShop. My next product is a motivational poster that resembles a notebook paper with a handwritten font that has useful tips for young entrepreneurs to grow their business, and they can hang it up in their workspace or home to help remember tips from UShop and help promote the app. Lastly, I designed a promotional box that would be sent out to influencers that own small businesses to promote the launch of the app and help spread the word of UShop. The box will include stickers, posters, and a shirt bundled in the UShop's unique branding. Thank you all.
Hello, my name is Asia Harris, and today I will be introducing you to Pixel Pioneers. As of 2024, only 16 out of 184 CMS public schools have access to computer design software. The vast majority of students who apply to BFA graphic design programs do not have any experience with graphic design software or have design work in their portfolios. So I thought to myself, how can I solve this issue? This brought me to creating what you see today, Pixel Pioneers. Pixel Pioneers is a digital design learning group whose main goal is to help young creative pioneers of all ages have access to the proper design software and education before graduating high school or after. As you can see, the Pixel Pioneers aesthetic is based on the early 2000s Y2K computers. With the recent popularity in Y2K aesthetic in teenagers, the nostalgic early computer aesthetic will be intriguing and entertaining for possible new pioneers to be introduced to the group and want to learn more about Pixel Pioneers. Another element that is entertaining and will help new designers through learning is the Pixel Pioneer mascot and guide, Render the Rat. Render is someone for the user to relate to and a creative way to convey information and tips on posters, booklets, and online tutorials. Now, let's get into the Pixel Pioneer products. The first product is a set of posters used to help give quick design information. These can be used in classroom settings to help give quick design information and tips for students as they learn. Secondly is a pack of stickers used to help students or first-time designers get the hang of Adobe and Figma hotkeys. These stickers come in black and white for darker and lighter computers, laptops, or desks. The third Pixel product is a PDF tutorial that will help new pioneers learn about the basics of design and how to start using Figma. These can also be printed out and used in a classroom or personal use setting. And for a fourth extra product for exhibition attendees is a Pixel Pioneers handout. In this handout, you will help Render the Rat develop a logo for his new construction company. I hope that Pixel Pioneers helps the next generation be more open in their interest in design as a whole and lets them see that it can be a way to express themselves. Pixel Pioneers is dedicated to transforming chaos into creativity, one pixel at a time.
In today's world, the safety of women is increasingly at risk. Charlotte has been experiencing more crimes lately, including physical attacks and sexual violence. In North Carolina, 35.2% of women have experienced physical and sexual assault. These statistics not only reflect the widespread nature of violence against women, but also the urgent need for action. But why is this happening? The main problem is often not having enough resources. That's where Dragoness Empowerment comes in. Dragoness Empowerment is a dedicated brand focused on empowering women through self-defense. My mission is to equip women with necessary tools and expertise to navigate any situation with assurance and security. In honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, my campaign is devoted to providing women in Charlotte with self-defense programs and resources. I aim to educate, support, and empower women to feel safe and confident in any situation. Dragoness Empowerment's brand elements stand for women's strength and support. Our colors, red, pink, and black, symbolize passion, determination, commitment to empowering women in Charlotte. Paired with bold typeface, my brand reflects strength and confidence of the women we empower. I've created 3 products that are aimed at raising awareness of physical and sexual assault. My first product will be self-defense program posters. These posters will be displayed in public spots to promote a sense of community and support for women. Next will be empowerment pamphlet filled with valuable information, safety tips, emergency contacts, and resources related to personal development and leadership. For my third product, I created a self-defense toolkit. Inside, you'll find a journal for reflection, affirmation cards for motivation, and a self-defense keychain for peace of mind. It's a toolbox for tough times, a symbol of strength and safety. Through my products, I aim to create a safer community where women feel empowered to navigate their lives with confidence throughout Charlotte. Every woman deserves to feel empowered and know that they have the power to protect themselves and our community. Dragoness Empowerment represents more than just a brand. It's a movement to make Charlotte safer and empower women to take control of their safety.
Did you know that a majority of the city lives in a book desert? Book deserts are low-income areas or neighborhoods with less than 10 books per household. In Charlotte, about 60,000 children live in these areas. Though there is access to public libraries in the city, families that live in low-income neighborhoods either do not know about them or view them as a luxury. Living in a book desert can even hinder a child's academic performance. Basic literacy, such as learning the alphabet and essential words, is crucial to a child's development, especially from pre-K to 3rd grade. However, children who are not at reading level by 3rd grade can experience lower educational outcomes. They will be less likely to catch up with their classmates, and their reading level and interest in reading will begin to decrease, resulting in the likelihood of dropping out of school later on in their academic careers. GLOW is a program dedicated to assisting other book banks with book drive donations and distributions of age-appropriate books to children in pre-K through 5th grade. This program is also designed to encourage children to read and interact with the books that they are currently reading. Fill the Shelf is a call-to-action campaign in book drive that helps bring awareness to book deserts in the city. It is also a way for people in the community to participate and help donate age-appropriate books to young children. These posters can be displayed to the public, such as at bus stops or schools. The first poster includes a meaningful phrase, "Books have power, so do empty shelves." The second poster consists of a statistic regarding the estimated number of children currently living in a book desert. QR codes are included on both posters for the audience to scan regarding how and where to donate age-appropriate children's books or to participate in a local book drive. An illustrated children's book titled Why Marky the Firefly Loves to Read is distributed along with donated books. In this story, readers will follow Marky the Firefly, who entertainingly informs children of the positive effects of reading. The story would also allow children to explore the different photo collage settings of the book, such as parks, mountains, flower fields, and Marky's cozy library. A firefly is used as the story's main character as a symbol of hope and a reminder that no matter how tiny or small you think you are, you can still have the power to shine your light. A children's board game, Marky's Book Walk, is designed to help children further interact with the books that they are reading. Parents are encouraged to participate in this game with their children. When landing on a space in the game, players can complete certain tasks such as doing a scene from a book that they are reading in a silly voice or completely acting out their favorite scene. If a player lands on a light bulb space, an incentive is rewarded by the children's parents or is listed. Reading is just as important as any necessity. It is an essential stepping stone, especially in young children. Without it, they will not have the tools to grow and succeed later in their lives to forge a path to their own futures. Thank you.
Say hello to Signify, a campaign centered around providing educational resources to help children or anyone interested learn basic American Sign Language, which is often abbreviated as ASL. The main goal of Signify is to provide resources that are fun and full of personality while still keeping the educational aspect at the forefront of the designs. Deaf children born to deaf parents may pick up the language naturally, as hearing children do with spoken language. However, it is estimated that between 90 to 95% of children who are deaf are born to hearing parents, likely meaning the parents have little to no knowledge of sign language. With Signify, both parents and children, and anyone else who so chooses, can find resources to learn and practice basic foundational signs such as the American Manual Alphabet and find other educational resources. The key elements of the branding for Signify are the color palette, the tone of messaging, and the funky hands that serve as a unifying brand element. Signify's color palette includes a variety of bright colors intended to appeal to younger audiences. By far, the most crucial aspect of Signify's brand is the overall tone or feeling established through the branding. I wanted Signify to feel playful and childlike, which is reflected in every aspect from the rounded sans serif font to the hand-drawn feel of imagery. A key part of learning any language is association. With Signify's Funky Fingers magnets, users can begin practicing the association for each sign for each letter of the alphabet, especially seeing them in a daily setting such as on the fridge. By spelling out words with the magnets, children can practice moving slowly from one letter to the next. The funky design of the magnets, that is, the different style of hands, also serves as a method to help make each sign more memorable. Practicing no longer has to be boring or repetitive. With a game called Give Me a Sign, users can take their knowledge and practice with fingerspelling to the next level. Give Me a Sign consists of 3 levels of difficulty and includes 3 decks of cards. By practicing playing games such as Go Sign and Sign Charades, users slowly begin to move from fingerspelling to using individual signs for each word. By having 3 levels of difficulty, the game also grows with players as they get older and can accommodate parents as well. Additionally, 2 posters were created to help users learn some quick information pertaining to communicating in ASL, such as proper grammar and sentence structure, as well as some simple do's and don'ts. These posters can serve as educational resources, such as in a classroom setting, or can be simple reminders for anyone who may need them. While Signify's resources are created and intended for young children and their family members, I hope these designed resources can also be used by anyone wanting to learn ASL. Even if an individual does not personally know someone who uses the language or may need it themselves, knowing fundamental signs or the alphabet in general could be a way to create and facilitate increased accessibility as a whole. Thank you.
Did you know that 45% of the bees' population has decreased over the past 4 years? Whether you realize it or not, this is devastating. Bees pollinate thousands of flowering plants, which consists of 90% of humans' nutrition. Without them, it would cost billions of dollars to pollinate the plants ourselves. Thus, without bees, we aren't much. The main issue here in Charlotte is all of the construction is constantly taking the homes of innocent bees. If we continue these patterns and do nothing to bring bees back into our city, we will be facing major issues. In better news, we are newly a part of Bee City USA, which is a conceptual structure for communities who are wanting to conserve native bee species by promoting community events, creating habitats, and protecting native species. This is a huge accomplishment for Charlotte, but the public is still not informed about bees' importance and disappearance. What can we do to help? The first step is to raise awareness. In order to bring awareness, I created a brand called Be Known, which is dedicated to saving the bees. I used an earthy color palette of browns and greens with pops of rust, yellow, and lavender, which ties in the color of bees and the flowers they like, making the colors easily recognizable when relating the brand back to its community. I implemented this branding onto an Instagram account which informs and assists viewers on how to help the bees. This aligns with how today's generation gets most of their information and is a quick way to share information to a wide number of people. The natural, earthy, and sophisticated branding elements are seen throughout the posts. Secondly, we must create bee-friendly habitats. To accomplish this, I designed a booklet that shows the steps on how to build a bee hotel, along with vital information about what they are. To accompany the booklet, I created a life-size bee hotel for my exhibition space that is filled with real materials one would put in a bee hotel. My strong suit is working with my hands, so I wanted to incorporate building, illustration, and assembling within my products. Lastly, adding bee-friendly plants and flowers to areas can help improve bees' population. Every flower and garden helps. To fulfill this, I created handmade seed paper containing bee-attracting wildflower seeds for visitors at the exhibition to take home and plant. Please feel free to take one when you stop by. It was very important for me to do something to impact the community outside of the exhibition. It is essential to take away from this that bees are more powerful than we think, and saving them is more than just protecting a species. It is about protecting our environment, our food supply, and our future. Together, we can bring change.
Owls are birds of prey that tend to hunt at night, their primary forms of prey being insects and small mammals. Insects and small mammals can be found scavenging the sides of roads and are further drawn to do so by the waste humans leave along roads and the surrounding areas. As a result, owls follow their prey to these roads and are at risk of being involved in a vehicular incident due to not noticing cars because of how focused they are on catching prey. Owl Alert is a multi-product project with the goal of bringing awareness to the issue of owls getting hit by cars, in addition to providing a way for the average person to assist in reducing the number of owls hit by such cars. The Owl Alert brand is mainly focused on depicting owls in abstract and cartoonish ways to promote a visual interest in them. The primary colors of the Owl Alert brand involve yellow, brown, black, and white to stay close to the natural colors that can be found on many owls. The primary font for Owl Alert projects is Condor, a stylish font that helps push the bird motif further. Additionally, Owl Alert projects involve dynamic and sharp shapes to fit the owl aesthetic. The first Owl Alert project is a sign that will go in the blank spaces of gas pumps and a sign that will go on top of said gas pump. These signs mainly serve as advertisements for another Owl Alert project, while also getting the word out about owls getting hit by cars. The sign that will be in the blank space of the pump features critical information and text, while the sign at the top is mainly just to attract attention. The reason these signs are attached to gas pumps is to alert drivers specifically about running over owls, and how they can avoid this by being more aware and using the OWS app. The second project is a series of cards that feature illustrations of owls and their name on one side, while the other side of the card features more detailed information about the type of owl. The primary function of this product is to educate people more about owls so that they can understand what's at risk and can better relate to Owl Alert's critical mission. Additionally, this product can gain the interest of children as a demographic since they are designed to be cool and visually striking. The third Owl Alert project is an app that allows users to report owl sightings and view sightings reported by others. Users can also see news about owls and learn more about how to help injured owls they may find. This app is meant to give people a way that they can actively help owls by helping others be more aware of them and learning more about how owls should be helped. These three products are meant to work together to provide tools for people to assist owls while also promoting them and educating people about them so that they can avoid being further injured by cars. These products provide a solid plan that can accomplish Owl Alert's goals and help build a brighter future for owls everywhere.
RISE is a campaign to raise awareness of the struggles of workers in the warehousing and transportation sectors, with the goal to persuade those who are politically engaged to support pro-worker legislation. Workplaces in the US and the South especially are facing an increase in inequalities. Incomes are falling behind, and working conditions and productivity expectations are reaching inhumane standards. To make it worse, North Carolina laws limit the power of collective bargaining, leading to lower incomes and a lack of workplace benefits. These issues are particularly harsh to the warehousing and transportation sectors. My first design is a set of posters to inform voters about statistics relating to the wage gap and share a political initiative that aims to solve it called the PRO Act. The designs are informed by the history of protest poster design, using heavyweight typefaces, script typefaces, and eye-catching reds and oranges. It incorporates a spray paint stencil style that reflects the handmade nature of these posters throughout history and uses a cardboard motif that references the shipping industry. My second product is an Instagram social media campaign meant to inform viewers about unionization and the benefits it can bring. On average, unionized workers have higher wages, better workplace benefits, and stronger pensions. The campaign also gives a short guide on how workers can begin the conversation of unionization in the workplace. My third product is an animation that shows and describes the struggles of these workers. It uses similar design motifs as the poster, but rather spotlights the harsh conditions these employees work under. Warehouse workers develop bleeding hands, airplane cleaners lack water, and truckers develop unhealthy sleep schedules to meet demand. Companies must be held accountable. Through these three products, Rise aims to shift the perspective of voters. Hopefully, this inspires my audience to support political initiatives that aid in narrowing the wage gap and will hopefully aid in elevating the standard of living of workers. If we work together, we can rise together.
Some of our favorite memories involve classic Charlotte restaurants and takeout spots, but most of the places we picture have since closed their doors. My project Tradish is an app that addresses and uplifts minority restaurants that struggle to succeed in the rapidly evolving Charlotte landscape. Over the past few months, I've explored the increase in new developments around Charlotte and how this trend of rapid growth has affected the communities that hold roots here. Many of these small areas, such as Washington Heights, Cherry, and Biddleville, were formed in response to segregation and stand as a symbol of resilience in many Black and minority communities. They face many issues, such as rising rent and property taxes, which makes living there and trying to run a business extremely difficult. Charlotte's unique financial economy has caused major growth and rapid spatial expansion, pushing out families and businesses that have been here for decades. For example, the Cherry neighborhood's Black population has dropped to under 33% in the past 20 years. This is due to more renters moving in, new transportation systems, and lower housing values. But how can we make sure to preserve and protect these communities? By keeping historic and small businesses open and thriving. The main goal of my project is to combat the effects of gentrification by giving minority-owned restaurants a bigger platform and a bigger customer base. My first product is Tradish, an app that spotlights minority-owned restaurants and allows users to discover food by neighborhood, cuisine, and dish. Not only is it a free tool for restaurants to market themselves, but also a resource to discover the rich cultural tapestry of our cities. It features detailed restaurant profiles, an in-app mapping tool, unique achievement badges, and a passport that displays user achievements. Users take advantage of various filtering options when exploring restaurants, allowing them to learn more about the specific neighborhood or dish, and immersing potential customers into the culture of each restaurant. The branding for the app highlights the best parts of historic neighborhoods and what makes them unique by blending graffiti-inspired typefaces with nostalgic photos of Charlotte's historic neighborhoods and businesses. Tradish gives many small, lesser-known restaurants a seat at the table in the face of rapid urban development and ensures they remain an important part of Charlotte's communities. My second product is an incentive badge program that is used in combination with the Tradish app. Users collect physical pin badges when they visit a restaurant and show their in-app achievement. This is a fun way to create a community around discovering different cultures. My final product is a promotional poster designed for an A-frame type display or billboard. The poster promotes the app as well as promotes the important cultural diversity and discovery within our cities. While it feels impossible to fight big developers, it is possible to continue learning about communities, shopping small, and uplifting minority communities that make our cities unique. Thank you.
The blind and visually impaired make up approximately 3% of the population of North Carolina. Despite this, public transit in cities like Charlotte are nearly impossible to navigate for these people. Sidewalks end without warning. People are turned away from rideshare drivers due to service animals, and bus routes are inconsistent. This is where my campaign comes in. Designer's Lens, designing accessibility for the visually impaired. Our products are designed to be appealing to both the visually impaired community as well as sighted people who may knowingly or unknowingly interact with them in their daily lives. Our first product is a series of posters meant to appeal to sighted viewers. They maintain the brand's overall orange and blue color palette, integrating a geometric pattern. The text on each states, "Can you read this? People with blindness and/or low vision can have difficulty reading posters like this." Featured at the bottom of each poster is a QR code highlighting a different foundation or organization working to learn more about blindness and the conditions that cause it. These posters are designed to go up in bus terminals, light rail stations, and other community spaces related to transit. It is designed to bring awareness to an invisible disability that affects a large percentage of the population. The second product we have produced is a kit to be sent out to those with low vision that have service dogs. It includes 2 sets of cards that lay out both Uber and Lyft's service animal policies, a packet of plastic booties that can be worn by service dogs in the car, a tote bag with a 3D printed label pocket for each card deck, and a t-shirt and travel-sized hand sanitizer. The third product I designed is a social media campaign serving 2 purposes: to notify the visually impaired community of road and sidewalk closures, as well as to provide the sighted community information about blindness and its causes, again providing links to organizations akin to the posters. The visually impaired community is often overlooked when it comes to accommodations in the United States. How are visually impaired people supposed to go places like the store, the park, or any of the other experiences people participate in outside of work schedules? Unfortunately, until we begin to prioritize the walkability of cities, the next best thing we can do is help make the means of transit we have more accessible to those society too frequently glosses over. Thank you.
In the 1850s, Charlotte emerged as a simple trading village with an economy primarily based on agricultural trade. At this time, most folks lived off their own small farms, and everyone, including children, contributed to planting, harvesting, and preserving food. Yet, as the success of Charlotte's trading grew, so too did the urban sprawl around it. In the process, the very thing that made Charlotte into the concrete titan it is today has been pushed to the wayside. From the years 1997 and 2017, small farmers have been pushed out of business, losing the county approximately 64,000 acres of farmland. In the past decade alone, Mecklenburg's farmland has shrunk to about 13,000 acres, a drop of about 20%. As it stands now, North Carolina is on track to lose nearly 1.2 million acres of farmland by 2040. This issue has led to not only destruction of our history, but the ever-tightening of restricted access to fresh and organic locally sourced foods, the destruction of family legacy and livelihoods, the future of our livable, sustainable environment. This rift is only made worse by a lack of awareness from the public and their disconnect to our farmers. But I propose a solution. With a soft and natural color palette of sky blue, grass green, and sunny yellow combined with rounded, natural shapes, Local draws from the friendly and inviting colors of nature to reflect both our message and our community. This awareness campaign aims to speak to the general public regarding the destruction of farmlands as well as offering opportunities to support farmers in light of the opposition they face. My 3 products for this project consist of a billboard, tote bags, and an app. The idea behind the billboard is to bring community awareness to the destruction of farmland via compelling imagery. The tote bags are made to appeal to a broad range of tastes as well as be a product that can be purchased within the app or on location as an incentive for the public and users to visit and support farms directly. The social app serves as a way to connect the general public to farms in the area by local farmers being freely able to register their farm and business for free for users to then find. In doing this, not only can we raise awareness for the issues that they face, but we can create support and resilience against the diminishing of land all around us. Because at the end of the day, the destruction of farmland is about more than the urbanization of rural areas. It's about more than regular citizens falling victim to monopoly and corporate greed. It's about more than the preservation of land. It's even about more than the ever-tightening access to fresh and organically sourced foods. This is an issue about people, about livelihoods, and about the future and the future of our children. Because here in NC, farming isn't just something we do, it's who we are.
For Latinos, it is very common to have a family member working in construction. As a Latina with family in this workforce, I was drawn to a topic that will help this community. After some research, I quickly learned about this scary reality. Latino men are more likely to face occupational deaths than non-Latinos. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, North Carolina was found to be one of the 5 states possessing construction fatality rates above the national rate. To help improve these conditions, I created 3 products that will help educate my target audience. Taking their interests into consideration, I steered away from typical workplace materials and took a more personalized approach through language and cultural content. My brand, Chambear Seguro, translates to work safely, chambear being a Mexican slang word for work. This community believes in the constant hustle, which unfortunately blinds them from reality, causing them to believe that these dangers could never happen to them. My first product is a set of flipbooks that teach a quick lesson about safety hazards with construction tools. They're short, sweet, and send quick yet impactful messages to the reader. These use core brand elements to enhance the narrative and are exaggerated using a silly approach to keep the reader engaged. My second product is a game recognized in Mexican culture called La Loteria. It's played like bingo, but uses imagery instead of numbers. The card reader will read the icon's bullet points, and then players have to identify the icon and mark it on their own board. Because of the popularity of the original Loteria game, workers will enjoy playing while learning. It will be easy to use during a work break or to play at home with their family. As you know, family game nights can get really competitive. My third product takes somewhat of a different approach than my previous assets. After conducting interviews with people in the construction workforce, I learned about some of the greatest challenges, like getting workers to care and follow protocols. The most effective way to get workers to care is instilling some sense of fear, showing them how these things can actually happen to them. Family is the most important thing in Hispanic culture. My target audience believes in traditional family roles, like the father is the man of the house. This poster presents a father holding the hand of his daughter, someone he is supposed to protect. It demonstrates one of the risks a worker is exposed to if they don't properly wear their safety gear. By showing them with a family member, I hope he is able to see himself in this image and understand how this can apply to him. Lastly, some stickers were made to encourage taking safety training courses. These are also fun pieces workers can take home to their kids, since kids love stickers. My products focus on clarity and accessibility. This is why I created pieces with minimal textual content, direct messages that are easy to comprehend, and all available in Spanish. I wanted to make fun pieces that my target audience could connect with and learn from. I aim to educate Latin construction workers about safer working practices and to encourage them to take their own safety more seriously. Let's join together to make sure our people stay safe at work so that they can remain happy and healthy with their families. Juntos podemos chambear seguro. Thank you.